Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk takes place in Night City, a massive, violent city in the free state of California in the year 2077. This world is a dark vision of the future. It's a place ruled by giant corporations like Arasaka and Militech. One of the darkest figures in Night City is Atom Smasher, a full-body cyborg and ruthless mercenary working for Arasaka. He's a walking weapon of destruction, with no humanity left, embodying the worst the city offers: total loss of self and absolute loyalty to corporate power. You play as V, a merc for hire chasing the dream of becoming a Night City legend. But after a job goes sideways, you end up with a stolen biochip jammed in your head. That chip just happens to contain the digital ghost of Johnny Silverhand, a dead terrorist rock star with a cybernetic arm and a massive grudge against Arasaka. Now you've got a voice in your head, hallucinations, and the slow, creeping dread that Johnny's gonna overwrite your personality and take your body for himself. People get neural implants to boost things like strength or reaction times, but the more chrome you add, the more you risk losing your mind. Cyberpsychosis, a condition where too much modification breaks your brain, turns people into violent, uncontrollable killers. Cyberware lets you punch through walls, slow down time, and hack someone's brain in the middle of a fight. And if you thought death was the worst thing that could happen to you, welcome to the concept of Soul Killer, a program that doesn't just kill you, it rips your mind out and uploads it into digital limbo. Your body dies, but your consciousness gets repurposed by the same corporations that murdered you. You don't even get the peace of being dead. You just become another asset. The Bloodborne. The Bloodborne universe is a twisted nightmare where science and religion have merged into something horrifying. It takes place in the ancient city of Yharnam, a place renowned for its miraculous blood-based healing. However, this so-called healing church hides a terrible truth. Its blood treatments have led to a monstrous plague, turning people into beasts and driving the city into madness. The source of Yharnam's horror lies beneath the surface. Long before the healing church, an ancient civilization known as the Pthumerians uncovered something they were never meant to find: eldritch beings called the Great Ones. These cosmic entities exist beyond human understanding. The Healing Church, obsessed with ascension, sought to commune with these beings, leading to forbidden experiments that only deepened the nightmare. The player, a hunter, is drawn into this horrific world, forced to fight through the streets of Yharnam and uncover the truth behind the plague, the Great Ones, and the nature of the nightmare itself. Silent Hill. The Silent Hill universe is one of the darkest and most psychologically disturbing in fiction. It revolves around the mysterious town of Silent Hill, a fog-covered, abandoned place that shifts between reality and nightmarish dimensions. What makes Silent Hill unique is that it manifests the deepest fears, regrets, and traumas of those who enter it, twisting the town into a personal hell for each individual. The town is haunted by grotesque monsters, many of which symbolize the guilt and suffering of the people trapped there. Some of the most iconic creatures, like Pyramid Head, are physical representations of torment and punishment. The line between the real and the supernatural is unclear. Some see Silent Hill as a cursed place, while others believe it's a kind of purgatory where people are forced to confront their sins. Silent Hill is also home to the Order, a fanatical cult that worships an ancient god and carries out disturbing rituals in an attempt to bring their deity into the world. The most terrifying thing about Silent Hill isn't just the monsters, it's the psychological horror. Those who enter often find themselves trapped in a cycle of suffering, reliving their worst nightmares over and over. Whether it's through guilt, grief, or fear, the town has a way of breaking people, and very few ever leave unchanged. Berserk. The Berserk is a world of endless suffering, where fate is a cruel, unbreakable chain, and the strong devour the weak without remorse. It is a world ruled by war, betrayal, and forces far beyond human comprehension, where gods are not saviors, but monstrous beings that see humanity as nothing more than pawns in their grand design. At the heart of this nightmare is Guts, a man who has known nothing but battle since the day he was born. A lone warrior marked by the brand of sacrifice, he is hunted relentlessly by demonic entities known as the Apostles, beings who traded their humanity for power, serving the dark gods known as the God Hand. They are rulers of destiny, shaping the world through bloodshed, ensuring that the cycle of pain and tragedy never ends. Those who seek power must be willing to pay the ultimate price. Even Griffith, once a man of vision and charisma, abandoned his humanity, sacrificing his closest friends to become Femto, one of the God Hand. The dream he pursued, the kingdom he longed to build, came at the cost of the very people who believed in him. But in this world of despair, Guts fights on. With the Dragon Slayer on his back and a lifetime of scars, he is a man who should have died 100 times over. Yet, despite the overwhelming forces against him, despite the gods themselves deciding his fate, he refuses to kneel. His war is not just against demons and monsters, it is against fate itself. Dead Space. Dead Space is a universe where humanity's reach into space becomes a descent into pure nightmare. It takes place in the distant future aboard massive starships and mining vessels scattered across the galaxy. The core of this horror lies in the discovery of the Markers, mysterious alien artifacts that unlock powers beyond understanding, but at an unimaginable cost. You play as Isaac Clarke, an engineer sent to the USG Ishimura, a planet-cracking ship that has gone silent. What Isaac finds is a derelict floating graveyard. The crew has been slaughtered and transformed into necromorphs, morphs, grotesque reanimated corpses twisted into violent monsters by the Marker's influence. These creatures don't just kill, they mutilate and reshape their victims into new horrors, turning the dead into weapons. The Marker's power is insidious. It doesn't just infect flesh, it corrupts minds. Crew members descend into madness, hearing voices, seeing hallucinations, and losing any grip on reality. Isaac himself struggles not only to survive, but to hold on to his sanity amid the overwhelming terror. The corporation behind the Ishimura, the Concordance Extraction Corporation, CEC, is just as cold and ruthless as the monsters.